Hey guys, how's it going? This is lesson number 5, and it's a very important thing to talk about. It's competition versus combat, and I wanted to make a very important distinction there. A lot of people that are training and practicing martial arts feel inadequate because they are not able to participate in really hardcore competitive events, and they think this means that somehow they're lacking. To be a competitor, you have to be a very, very intense person. It's a tremendous amount of sacrifice. It's terrifying, and you got to lay it all out on the mat, and you're going to sink or swim. You know, you're going to fail or succeed in front of everybody, and it's really, really hard to do. You know, a tremendous rush, but it isn't for everyone. And the people that aren't drawn to it feel like, you know, they don't have what it takes to be a great warrior. There's a huge difference, I just want to let you know, between competition and real combat. In competition, the rules, there are rules, first of all, and they're all designed to keep things fair, within a very, very narrow range of possibilities, weight classes, where you can and can't hit, no matter how good you are. You watch a really great fight, somebody gets touched in the eye, man, the whole thing's over for a while, and nicked in the balls. The body's very, very delicate, and real life combat understands this. As a matter of fact, that's the big difference. There aren't any rules in real combat. Surprise is your #1 technique, so you don't even know what happened. You could train all your life and get shot in the back in real combat. So the idea that people are practicing martial arts and preparing for combat is something they need to maybe clarify in their minds. Sure, if you're in a movie theater line and somebody insults your girlfriend and you feel like you want to duke it out for 5 rounds, you know, in front of an audience, it could be an idea. Somebody jumps you in an alley, but all those things aside, which are probably never going to happen, you're really not preparing for actual combat by competing. Other than you know, a relatively fair scuffle, 3 guys on top of you with baseball bats. It doesn't matter how many times you hit the heavy bag or what you bench press. Real combat is a brutal, hardcore reality. And it's best avoided. That's something I just want to let you know, especially, you know, younger practitioners. There is no way to come out ahead. And if you're going to be consumed with combat, then you have to be willing to have done to you what you're willing to do to other people. You know, so it's an ugly universe, and it's based a lot more on stealth and trickery, and everything about fairness is out the window. And it's nothing like what you're picturing. So what I'm trying to say is that anybody, you know, can do well in combat if they're willing to participate in it the way that combat needs to be done. But being a competitor or not being a competitor doesn't mean you're better or worse at real life combat necessarily. You could be the heavyweight champion of the world and be on the front lines of a real military battle, and you've got just as good a chance of getting shot in the head as the guy next to you who can only do 5 sit-ups. So don't ever feel inadequate just because you're practicing martial arts as an art, something to strengthen you spiritually and emotionally and mentally. That's a beautiful, beautiful way to train, and it's actually that's actually where the most valuable portions of martial arts, you know, are yielded, you know, is internally. So so please remember that. So to everybody that likes to compete, that's awesome. Go get them. And for people that don't worry, it's got nothing to do with your real salt and your ability and your worth as a warrior. There are so many battles to fight inside and even outside that have nothing to do with cracking skulls or splitting eyebrows, you know, or taking lives. And they're the most important battles of all, and those are the ones that maintain peace on an everyday basis. So I hope that makes some sense, and I hope that it was meaningful in some way. Please keep training, and just go for whatever your dream and your heart tells you to do. Don't let anybody pressure you into doing something that doesn't feel good, and do what, you know, keep your center, man. And if you want to train for fun, go for it. If you want to train to rock the world, go get them. Just understand that when your peak passes, it's not the end of the world and you haven't lost anything. In fact, the most valuable parts of you are ahead. Your experience and your devotion are more valuable than any wins or losses that you have under your belt. So anyway, thanks for watching very much. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Adios.